it's still a work of fiction, you know, and it's a really good story. I'm working on being cool with other takes. It's hard when stuff you're passionate about and letting it be. Yeah, it. I will say it is hard because like if I was to sit here and talk about Blender all day, y'all would probably get bored. You know, like I'm in here spinning blocks and moving dots around, and y'all looking at weird triangles and shit for hours. But like that's what I'm passionate about. That's my autism. You feel me? But then like at the same time, I get that like y'all love the gameplay. Y'all like it when I'm goofing off, and I want to give y'all what y'all want. Cause like I said, like like the what you gotta do is not gonna make sense, but it's gonna make sense. So this is what I want to say. You gotta understand that people don't understand. Okay, you lived your life a very particular way. You have your experiences a very particular way, and you've seen things a very particular way. Yeah, yeah. So like just about being a bus driver. Yeah, welcome back. So like when you get that people won't get it, it becomes a lot easier. Cause like no matter what I do or say, I will have like a baseline level of yeah, I kind of get it, but I just never had that experience, so like it just don't click. So like imagine like I got my socks wet. That's an experience that sucks. My feet squishing. It smells funny down there now. I gotta throw my shoes away probably, you know. Probably sludge. And like you'll be like, yeah, I kinda get it. Cause like my socks aren't wet, they're dry. Don't worry about that. That's not really my problem. But then when your socks get wet, you're like, oh, I see what you were talking about now. You know what I mean? But because your socks never got wet, you'll just never get why I complain so much. You just be like, just take them off. Just throw the shoes away. Just clean it. Just throw it in the washer. It's not a big deal to you, you know? But when you're in the moment, when you're in the storm, it's just a wildly different story. And you gotta just like, you gotta get that people are in different storms. Like, yours is a tornado, mine is an earthquake. You know what I mean? You can't control how people think of what they do. Yeah. Yeah. What helped me in like trying to let go to narrate everything around me, I realized that there was something in me that had occurred in my life that caused that. At one point, a survival tactic. I needed the narrative to maintain a mental and emotional safety. After a while, as an adult, it turned from being a tool. Hold on, I scrolled up by accident. Look. I needed the narrative to maintain emotional safety, but after an adult, I turned from being a tool to sort of electric fence that distance me from others. I read this book called Let Them, and it really helped. I am looking forward to like another book. I haven't read a good book in a while. Yeah, I see what you mean. You can't control what other people think and what they do. Yeah, it's you gotta let people be weird, let people be wrong, let people be different, because like if you apply what you think and expect people to do what you would do, say what you would say, be what you would be, you're gonna be upset because like you want them to be like you in times of crisis, but then like we completely forget that they're not you. You know what I mean? At most, you can influence the opinion slightly, but even it still is that car. Yeah, exactly. Like you can nudge them, you can push, but like if the horse don't want the water, you can't make him drink it. You know, it's not a big deal. It is not the end of the world. But us being different is what makes it easy to be together. It sounds dumb and cheesy, but like that's very much true than you would think. Because you have skills that I don't have. You have knowledge that I've never had. You've seen things I've never seen. Like this is nothing to you, and like this is brand new to me. And if I ever hit a wall, I know I got a Sarah in my corner. You know. And then if you got stuck in a raid in a battle, you can call on me anytime because you know I'll punch a monster. And like it's just like the difference is make it easier for us to be together. Because I've been pretty sure we was very much more alike, we would hate each other. It started being fun, simply observing. My spouse really helped me realizing that not everything in life need a function. Positively started doing stuff just because. The difference is I started seeing in people turn to new ways to love and appreciate them. Also broadened my view of the world. And a drop of cortisol levels was the perk. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just that's why the term comes from let bygones be bygones. Let the sleeping dog lie, Because like even though you care for people, you care for things, you care about your life and your experiences. You can't have what's the word? You can't expect strangers to care about your baby. Like they will never love it more than you. And then most times they will probably won't love it less than you. It's your baby. They can hold it, they can pet it, they can treat it right, they can feed it, but they gotta give it back to you. It's yours. And you gotta look after it that way. And once you see things through like, okay, this person got an opinion that I don't have. This person does things I don't do. And yeah, I might think that's weird. I might even call it out. But like, as long as they're not hurting nobody and themselves, hey, do your thing. Because you might get something out of it I've never seen before. Like being a pilot of a helicopter. You just flying a fucking Christmas ornament. That shit's scary to me. But then you might become a pilot and be the best in class. You might end up flying around important people. You might end up getting $1 gazillion. I wouldn't know. But at the same time, I appreciate you for doing that because somebody had to do it. It's somebody who had to learn it. And you had the passion and the desire to do it. And it's something that I can learn from. Because if I needed a pilot, if I needed your help, I can call you. You know? No, I just be chilling even if I don't like every encounter. Everyone. I just chill, validate my emotions and me to simply observe. It's hard at first, but with practice, it becomes comforting. This shit is becoming therapy that I'm all for it. Yeah, it's a different perspective, and to be honest, it's a learned skill, and I'm happy to say that it's a learned skill and not a talent because like what's the word? Because if it's a talent or something, you'd be like, I got to be born with this. Yeah, I just don't got it in me. Anybody can do it. It's almost like cooking an egg. Functionally, anybody can do it, but how you learn how to do it will be wildly different. Like as a musician, I kind of like having an eternal metronome. Like I count in my head sometimes. So like I know when I count to 16, I need to flip this over. For you just wait for like the corners start to bubble, flip it over, or you just scramble it and don't deal with it at all. It's just like you gotta learn how you learn, and then once you get past that barrier, everything in the world starts to make more sense. Oddly enough, Raiden helped me teach patience too, and that day be doing shit outside of my control, and I just need to take a deep breath and accept, and move on and pull again, if you will. Yeah, I've been learning a lot of the same lessons for the last few years and apply them consistently is the hard part. That's okay. Nobody's flawless out here. Nobody's a machine. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna fall over. The issue is staying on the floor. You know what I mean? That's where your problems come in. If you get used to laying down, if you get used to making that your new normal, then you won't come out of it. That's where the term "devil you know" comes from. Because like you just on the floor dealing with a bad situation, but you could have did something about it. And you didn't. You don't have to eat shit. You know what I mean? And I hate to say it like this, but a lot of problems in life is not a skill check. It's a knowledge check. And most of the time, if it's a knowledge check, all you got to do is ask. And then you be like, oh, I asked this person, I asked that person, and they couldn't help me. It's dead ass. Sometimes you just ask the wrong person. Because some people just don't have the desire to help. And some people just don't have the tools. And they don't even know where to go because they're in their normal. They're dealing with their devil they know. So like, if you go down, just don't stay on the floor. You got to get back up. And then once you get up, look around and do something a little bit different that you didn't do before. It's going to be hard. But like, it gets easier with time. No, let me phrase that. You get better at it because you have the skills, the know-how, and knowledge. No, Spokey says all you can do is your own rotation and respond to your mechanics. The rest is all the other. Consistency is a lesson none of us stop learning. Bad days, backpedals happen, and then you didn't start growing. Yeah, you aren't growing. That's true. Like you can only control yourself and what you think and what you can do. Just remember that like you can get more with honey than with like with what was it, vinegar? Fuck. just do the best you can and don't stay down. The answers is always in weird places. When the things you need, the things you desire is in weird places. And it might not make sense now, but you have everything you need to get everything you need. You won't have it in front of you. It won't be easy, but you got more than what you could imagine. You have a lot more resources. And so like don't think that like it's all over. So many people are out to start shit though, man. It makes it their personality. I've been trying to ditch that part of me, and I used to be that way. Yeah, I'm used to dealing with people like that. I got somebody in my personal life that just start shit just for the sake of starting shit back in like before I became a streamer. And you basically had to push back on it and then not let it take you over. And then eventually they just learn to chill out. Cause most of the time when folks be doing stuff like that, it's a hurt people thing. And they never experience the other side of it where like somebody's not trying to come after your head, you know? Nobody's coming after you. You can relax. You can lean back. You can just let shit happen. You can just drink your water and enjoy the show. Because there's always, you seem like somebody's always out to get you. Like having your guard up in a fight. And you in a place where nobody's trying to fight you. And you gotta first change environments. That's why they always tell you that in therapy and in rehab. You gotta get out of your environment. But usually what happens when it comes to environment and places like that is people have like a mental snapshot of who you are in their head. It's not gonna make sense, but you gotta follow me with this one. People have a mental snapshot in your head, in their head of you, and sometimes you can't get over what they think of you, because they're gonna remember that one time you accidentally kicked the dog. They're gonna remember that one time you spilled that hot water on the floor. They're gonna remember that one time but you was incompetent, impatient, a failure. And they're just gonna always recall that. And they're gonna keep bringing up that dumb shit. And there's gonna be even times where you're gonna be wildly different from the person you used to be. And they're gonna just see you and remember that part of you where you were screwed up that day, that your darkest hour. They're just gonna keep bringing it up. And that's why they keep telling you to change your environment, because like people genuinely don't see you see you different. Like there's people in my life that still call me little bro. I'm like 5'10". A grown man with a house. You calling me little bro? They just don't. They can't get it out of their head. And usually they do stuff like that to control you, or they do something like that because they don't want to admit that they have to change to get to your level. They don't want to. They don't want you to be out of reach. So you will always be little bro in their head. You will always be that one screw up, that one fuck up, that one thing you did wrong. You cannot be different. Because if you're different, I gotta acknowledge that I'm stagnant and I'm not growing. So yeah, people be out to start shit. And like it just be like that. And then like you gotta just disconnect almost immediately to save your peace. Or don't feed into it. Like sometimes the environment is not for you. Sometimes like people aren't for you. And everybody can't be your friend, no matter how kind you are. But at the same time, they're gonna archive you crashing out. They're gonna report you when you say something back. They're gonna get mad at you when you retaliate. They always got notes on you for some fucking reason. There's always a camera on your face. You know what I mean? But then but if you just like contain your peace and just like, you know what, I don't need this in my life right now. I don't need you to deal. I don't need to deal with this.